I think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Welcome to a world where you can't even predict it, you can't even call it, and if you a betting man, you better not put money on it, because right here for the CDL, this has been crazy. What you trying to say? You tell me with all the game fives and upsets.
Seattle winning, to be fair.
But that's, you're the prediction queen on the desk, though. The kickoff classic, okay, the flex is good, but as you see, this is one of my analysts, aLLeY. She's ready to pop off. I'm the host, Belly. We got Nameless on the end, and aLLeY for this matchup right here. I mean, do you think this is going to be a close one, or you think it's going to be pretty definitive on paper?
I think New York Subliners, coming off of that hot loss from Seattle, are going to be absolutely on one going into this series. And from what I've seen from them, the composition is there for this roster. Yeah. It just needs all of them on all cylinders at all times. Clay clearly had a little bit of a slow start yesterday. We can't blame him. They haven't had too many scrims going into it. But by the end, dude, he had turned it up. We were talking about Neptune needing to turn it up as well. And I feel like I saw a lot out of him when it came to the S&D. But unfortunately, that caused HyDra to slack a little bit. So we just need all of this team to get on the same page.
You're right. And Nameless, yesterday, I mean, NYSL, they kind of struggled. So when it comes to the game fuel keys to victory, aLLeY, what do they have to do to pull out a win today?
Well, they need to get the bomb down in S&D, planning 45% of the time and winning 90% of rounds after getting bomb planted. That's actually insanity. So once bomb is down, they're basically guaranteeing the round win. Take advantage of the weak setups in Hardpoint. LAG holding 57% of the time, 11th overall. LAG has a lot of slaying power, but they really slack when it comes to rotations. Capitalize on that, and you're golden going into this series, and they need more slaying in Hardpoint. 0.91 team KD overall. I don't feel like that's going to be an issue going into this.
Right, and the team that they're going to be facing off against, I mean, this is a squad with a ton of potential as well, the Los Angeles Guerrillas. And in order for NYSL to really overcome this challenge and be good, they're going to have to pick up where they left off yesterday and have that short-term memory to really pull out a victory.
Yeah, I mean, you know, looking at LAG yesterday, I thought it was actually a pretty good performance out of them, especially in the hard points. I like what I saw out of Gunless. You know, he had some stuff on Twitter after the Kickoff Classic, and he really turned it up when it came to the actual league match. And looking at LAG, it was really just the search and destroys where they were struggling. aBeZy, he started off the first search and destroy like 0-6. He bounced back, got a couple of kills there, but then Hook as well, prone to the bad game in search and destroy, started off like 0-5 in that game 5. So they're going to have to make a ton of adjustments today. Looking at this team, though, I think it has a lot of upside. These guys, they have world champions. I think in-game, when it gets down to it, yes, they maybe have those guys who tend to be hotheads, but they can focus up and get through their issues. We've seen a lot of these guys be in tough spots before and fight their way out of it. So as for the game fuel keys to victory for Los Angeles Guerrillas, figure out S&D defense woes, 15% defensive win percentage. That's last in the CDL overall, so defense, got to clean that up. Play as a team. LAG is 12th in respawn traded death percentage. Now, a lot of that is probably attributed to their first match they had at kickoff. Yesterday in Hardpoint, they're playing pretty good. aBeZy finally got comfortable. Sometimes it takes a couple matches to get comfortable when you're that aggro SMG. And then last but not least, convert first bloods in search and destroy. They're winning 61% of their first blood battles. That's amazing, but they're only winning 47% of 4v3 situations. That's a communication issue. They need to group up, play together, and start to get those trades to close out with the buddy system.
So you're telling me, even with the first bloods, they still can't capitalize on it. It's pretty much a coin flip, and the early advantage doesn't matter.
And that's what I was saying when we were looking at this LAG squad, is I was like, yes, there is a lot of individual talent, but together they have yet to find any team chem. And for me, a lot of these players are incredibly hot and cold. Sometimes they are absolutely on one. We've seen that with aBeZy, we've seen that with Huke, we've seen that with Gunless. They are absolutely slaying out, but sometimes they're dropping donuts. Sometimes they're double neg. This team needs to find some consistency.
I don't know if it's super fair. I think that they do have some chem when it comes to the hard points. I just think in the search and destroy, they're going to have to figure it out. It's a new team. Sometimes new teams, it takes a little bit to figure out their strategy situationally, how they want to to play. They have Hook and aSim, who are both extremely aggressive. So one of them is going to have to kind of take the mano and be that guy to go out first and search and destroy, find those routes. So like I said, I'm allotting LAG a decent amount of grace when it comes to this game.
Not everybody's a Seattle Surge, right? But ladies and gentlemen, it's about time for the last series of the day. Let's send this over to my man's Chance and Miles. Take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. This is very insightful, Desk. I mean, talking about LAG, the woes they've been going through, and, you know, I'm kind of a nameless. I feel like this team has a very, very high ceiling. They've got to get themselves going. And, hey, man, it's only the first or second day now of the league chance. Like, it's going to be a fine season for them indeed. Let's talk about the maps and modes, brother. Double Berlin, double Tuscan, and then a little bit of Bocage on the end just to season things off. But anything wild from the maps there or from the back?
Well, I mean, I feel like I could go for quite a long time talking about these maps, but one of the things that stands out is the Berlin S&D. When you're talking about LAG, they have played this map twice. They have a 15% win rate on their defensive rounds, like worst in the league. And it's like some of the setups that I've seen them have, it looks like they're not even trying to win rounds. So I hope that there was just a lack of understanding for the first 1 or 2 times they've played it. Now that they've got some reps in, I'm hoping to see some pretty severe adjustments. Like they've seen basically every team in the league play this map at one point or another. So if they're not making adjustments, I am going to lose faith in this team real quickly, especially when it's not just like 12th in the league in defensive rounds overall. It's also worst in the league when it comes to just trading out your kills in respawn. So LAG have very much been on the struggle bus. And well, again, if it's not a fairly quick turnaround, my concern will just grow by the day.
But we'll see if your concerns do come to light. But I don't know, man. I still believe in this team. I think they can go the distance. Here we go, friends. Last series of the day, and it's going to be a goodie. New York Subliners. Let's see what they've got to bring here. As into Berlin we go, and boy, howdy, has Berlin been the site of many a fun game today. Starting this one off, a little bit of time going the way of LAG. HyDra, all he'll see is the respawn screen.
A very interesting hill to at least attempt to break off the rip. The team kill is not going to help anything. I don't have this stat in front of me, but I remember especially on like a Gavutu at the kickoff, New York Subliners without question have the most team kills. I think it's like by a mile, and well, that's just another one there to add to the list. And LAG, they'll be happy for it. A couple kills in the feed going their way. This is a P1 that they have just turned into a money hill outright. See him taking one more to the grave, but this is just a clean and easy setup right now. LAG, very strong lead going into hill 2.
That's a wonderful start. You know, 37 seconds into the lead they go. New York
Another team kill, by the way.
Another one. Add it to the pile. Carson! We got another. The kills keep coming through. LAG, the white arrows on the minimap now in control of the hard point. The yellow arrow is going to be the New York Subliners decked out, trying to make their way forward. Neptune on him, a 4 spree. Hook's going to be there to stop that one in its tracks. Not let those streaks get involved. See what aSim can now bring from that back line. In on the spawn we go, trying to find our way into the hard point chance, and it is going to be a mess. Here goes aSim from the top rope. iLLeY cuts him down. Any more to be had here? Nah, the rest of the team flowing. LAG looking great so far.
And this is a huge moment as well. LAG still finding kills in the feed. Gunless gets another one. They have pressure towards fire. Hook able to get the first.
Oh, baby.
And they're still spawning in the back for New York, but his teammates there for the trade. Slasher gets 2. It's already a 60-point lead. Ooh. And unless number 8 in the back of the map, Slasher falls, they might be set up for the rotation. Gunless trying to help his boy out. Going as fast as he can. He gets 1. Looks for the second. Can't get it, but look who is still there. LAG still with the pressure over towards New. I mean, this is the gauntlet to try to secure these back spawns. It looks like HyDra getting caught reloading.
Ooh.
Elvis is able to pick up 2. What the hell has this rotation been?
It's been a delight for LAG fans.
They're still spawning.
Slaying. They're still back there. Gunless is like, no, keep them out. Keep them at bay. They're playing zombies on the inside of that one. Board the windows. Don't let them through. I wish I could do that zombie voice, but I'm not even going to try it. What a sound that would be to make right now. Clay, he's in. He's going to try to stop it finally, but the contest there for the final 30 seconds at this point has been absolute chaos. Pandemonium. Finally, though, NYSL get in. How many kills can we find? How much time can we get? The answer is, honestly, not much. This has been a great hold from LAG. 102 to the 20-ish points now of the Subliners.
I'm just trying to figure out what you have to do to break those hills and get those spawns. It felt like every single player for the Guerrillas was picking up 2 pieces, and there is still always an extra player for the Subliners. completely absurd like sequence of events. But either way, LAG, I mean, again, what, 12th in the league when it comes to trades at Hardpoint right now. They are on point. Asim picking up a 2-piece, Gunless and Slasher there. Great team shots coming through. A 70-point lead. You got the back spawns. You got the cutoffs. Right now, New York, they've been in the blender right from the first moment of the game.
So having a good time, LAG. Pressure towards the point finally comes out of NYSL, and they're on it now. For about how long? They went out of HyDra. That's 2 in a row. Nice 3. The turn and burn. Asim's up next, but the timing is going to pay off for him. Great stuff out of the New York Subliners. And Chance, they've still got themselves a foothold in this hill. Hook's trying to find kills left, right, and center, and he can only do so much alone. Good stuff. NYSL slowly but surely climbing back into this.
Yeah, it's not like the guns have been a massive problem for New York Subliners, right? Literally just caught in the blender. No one really dragging it down in the kills column, just a couple bad rotations, but slowly but surely picking things up. Crim and Clay popping up in the kill feed, getting headshots. But as we go into this P5, I think LAG, honestly, has probably been one of the better teams we have seen actually on this hill. But for the moment, they did not read those spawns very well at all. They get shot in the back in New York. They will be happy that LAG had that misread, able to get a little bit of time.
Well, they are happy, and I hope they are, and now we can hear and see if they will be happy indeed. Time to go for a quick listen in with the New York Subliners.
One out, right now. I'm pitching. Down the heading of hill, guys. Fierce on hill. And top third on hill. We got Kyler shot at 4. Nice, dead. Right side post.
Yeah, right side, laying down. He's still there, still left. He's touching time now.
Dead.
Nice, good shit. Let's go.
You're gonna be trained. I'm looking long.
Okay.
Oh shit, they naded. Wait, I hit me. I got post. No, there's more upstairs.
P2. I'm pitching goal.
Yeah, no, it did not. Oh, fuck. Alright, I'll get. Try to get that time now. Huge P1 here, guys. Huge P1. Come on.
Going long.
Nice, good shit. I got 2, let's go. Nice. Yeah, I'm pinching. They're all gonna spawn back gold right now. I'm pinching. Oh shit, top. Second certified.
Watch the okay.
Nice, good job.
Oh. Yeah. Work time.
I stunned out. Oh my god.
Watch the desk. I think he's Røkkr. I'm pretty sure he's Røkkr. Close up.
Close up.
Watch out.
One shot, glass. He made his teammate.
No, he's close right. Still there. Where you put?
Two.
Take your time.
2 in there, man. 2 in there.
We're good. He's in desk.
One on desk, one back dark.
We Røkkr.
He might be dark.
Yeah,
one on
desk,
glass. Huge kills here, guys. Good flank us. Yo, back alley.
Close up in there.
2v2.
Nice, everyone. Shit.
Flip. One long. Huge seconds. Rotate, Paco. Watch out long. Go, Paco. Go. You guys go. Yeah. I'm on.
Going mid with you.
Okay. Mid broken. Watch out, mid broken. Nice.
Mid broken dead.
One mid broken. Sasha.
Dead attack. He's holding right there.
Weak. Brain, one shot dead.
Kill that shit. No, there's two on me.
Okay, we're coming.
One's dogs.
Train stairs, Kyler. Kyler train stairs weak. On docks, tank. Kyler gonna be broken weak and one in hill.
Yeah, Sasha in you.
And that sounds a lot better, Chaz. I don't know about you, mate, but I'm a happy bunny listening to the New York Subliners comms after, what we heard yesterday.
I mean, look, I'm not tilted this time after hearing the comms. It's certainly an improvement, but at the same time, it can be tough, especially in a game fast-paced like this, but those comms were very reactive. I think some of the best, listen-ins we've had, it's when the teams are communicating well in advance about what the game plan was going to be, and New York just right now sort of fighting off the back foot, but into this hill we go. Neptune looking for the kills that just finesse all over the place. Asim is taking it to him, and LAG again get the wipe on the hill. Still with that 60-point lead, and this is back to where we were in that first set of rotations. New York spawning on the left side of the map. This time the Subliners need to be much better about holding this next hill.
Straight front secure. Here comes the glide. Hook, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Here comes the... All right, fine. He's not going to get the glide bomb just yet, but so far the streaks are all good for Hook. 20 and 15 for him on a 6. The comms may be working out a little bit now if they're in YSL, but they have a bit of a mountain to climb. And here comes the pressure. Asim leading the charge, and look at him, up and about. The man has a newfound sense of purpose here. Will Hook be able to find these streaks? We will find out. As the pressure now mounting, NYSL with a slow hold here. LAG chance, they're really taking their sweet time getting to this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you remember last time, they applied the absolute, as much pressure as possible to break through. This time, 30 seconds had gone by before anyone tried to get near the point. The good news is you actually secure the glide, so you do have the kill streaks, but, oh, never mind. They spawned it back. So there you go. That's how you get scrapped. That's how you break that hill.
Never mind.
You lose a couple gunfights, spawn in the back, and then break it immediately.
There it is. Still a battle up close and personal. HyDra cleans him out. Very different look from the first set we saw where this was all LAG, and now the York Subliners holding them back. Check your shots out of HyDra. Not able to clean it up truly, but don't worry about that. On the other side of the map, you've got NYSL set up for the next, but they did not account for the sneaky gunless. As Big P shrunk himself right down to a much more manageable size. He's sluck through. See if that play works out in just a moment. But train yards up. Here comes the glide from Hook. Investment should be able to at least get Neptune off the point. But we will see. It doesn't actually land much shots.
He had no idea who to go for as well, but you see what Gunless does, right? Goes to that back right, gets the squad spawns on point. Hook able to find at least one kill in LAG. Well, there's the break. You might not get the kill with the glide, but at least off the back of the play that Gunless was making, able to flip those spawns, maintain that lead, and I mean, frankly, in that moment, maybe just run away with the game.
This is a good play from LAG. Here comes the hole from Gunless. That's 3 in a row. He's going to peek up in a moment. A little bit of help there from Slasher to get the kills. He's managed to get a few more. That is tremendous. Asim on the front. Peekaboo. Up he comes. Finds the kills. Clock still ticking. Can't win it here for LAG, but you're going to get closer than you think. Good stuff again, as they have turned these frowns upside down. LAG were looking a bit shaky to start the season off, but 2 days in, everything's looking up. Chance Clay can't get a kill to save his life at this point. And my word, we're almost done. Back over towards P5, smack bang in the middle of the map. Let's see if LAG can do it here.
This is the setup, by the way. This is what they were able to set up just a few moments ago, where Asim, well, gets that top back tower. He gets chopped down, so it's not as perfect. New York have dealt with that. That could have been a dire situation just to end the game on this hill, but now New York still have more fight in them. No one collecting any sort of time. You're waiting for that next set of gunfights to come through. Who able to strike? He finds 2, he finds 3 in the point, looking for the next, or maybe just letting his teammates collect that time. LAG have ran away with this game.
That's the nuke right there, baby. Calls in the strafing run and a skrrr across the map right there. Kills all over the place. LAG open the series up with a big old win, and they've got to feel good about that one. NYSL, it was a little slow to begin things, and Charles, I don't think it got a whole lot better throughout the game. We saw a couple of decent holds, a few nice hills, but ultimately, beautiful stuff out of LAG.
I mean, it really was a game almost won from what, like the first 3 hills. I think it was a dominant P1 where you had maybe a 35-point or gap going into the rotation. LAG win that rotation of P2 and then just bully out New York in the next hill as well. So you're 3 hills in, you got an 80-point lead, and they still win that rotation of P4. That is just a clinical effort there out of Guerrillas. And again, a big issue for them was the trades that they're getting for their own teammates. Well, how about the non-traded kills? Who 24 times he was able to take somebody down, and no one from New York was there to respond. Had an absolute blinder of a game, but honestly, just across the board, everybody for the Guerrillas put in some work.
Yeah, nice stuff. All around, 30 and 19 for Hook, those final numbers. Wonderful stuff out of them. Highlights now from that opening hard point. There really was LAG from start to finish. Man, they set the pace early on. Again, this was the opening hard point, and when we got in a second, there was almost a 60-point-ish lead, and right now, I mean, that scoreline, it stays about that far apart almost the entire way through. LAG finally finding the success they have so sought after since we saw them at Kickoff Classic, where they frankly looked a little lost.
Well, okay, I know. We have been a little bit harsh. Maybe I've been really harsh. Like, they have had double map wins. They've gone to game 5s. Like, not everything has been bad, but certainly this is one of the teams that you look at and it's like, okay, there's definitely room for improvement in these specific categories. But to talk about the positives, I mean, Guerrillas, I don't know if you remember the setup they had yesterday on the P5 hill, but they could actually put people in the spawn trap, put them in the blender, and they nearly were able to replicate the same thing towards the end. But despite of the fact that New York fought back, again, it's just straight across the board, everybody for the Guerrillas showing up in game number 1. That's the best way to start the series.
It really is, man. Kills were real good across the board. Now we go to a search and destroy. We're staying on Berlin again. Double dose of Berlin, double dose Tuscan. We'll see how far we can get into this series. But for New York Subliners, again, comms sounded better. I mean, at times, you know, Berlin can be a cruel mistress, and same thing with Tuscan. You brought this up. The 2 maps are quite similar in terms of, you know, big old rotations, long routes you have to take to get to those next hard points. LAG just looked a lot better equipped to handle that one. We'll see if that comes back to bite them later on in Tuscan, if NYSL can push it that far. But now we go to Berlin, search and destroy. We've got a little bit of data on both these teams playing this map, but who's really bringing the goods today? Any predictions, Chance? How do you think the NYSL camp is feeling right now?
I imagine the NYSL camp is feeling great going into the Berlin. Again, this is a map that favors the offensive team by a little bit, like roughly 60-40. Obviously, we've got to wait for more maps to get played to know for sure. But in spite of it just being slightly advantageous for offense, LAG are won, what, 15% of the rounds on defense. Again, some of the strats they have had defensively on Berlin have been bad enough that, again, I said it earlier, it looks like they're not even trying to win the round. So I think this will be a very good look of how quickly this team is willing to make adjustments. I'm expecting that to be the case. And also, I mean, either Asim or Hook, they've basically taken turns dropping donuts in S&D, but Hook's smiling now. He's looking to make up for his performance on this map just yesterday. But of course, on the flip side, if the SMGs for LAG have been struggling in search, in my mind, this is the opportunity for Neptune and HyDra to pop off like they can and try to establish themselves as one of the top SMG duos in the league, but it is not going to be easy.
For sure, on paper, Neptune and HyDra, when there was murmurings of that being the roster at the start of the year, we were all terrified. Like, okay, they're going to be disgusting. Neptune's going to level up real quick. HyDra's already a force to be reckoned with. This should be, by all rights, one of the best teams in the league. We have yet to see them really find that chemistry. Again, it's a slow start for the New York Subliners, but we will see. We now get ourselves into Berlin. If it's an opportunity for them to really put the stamp on who the meanest submachine gun duo in this matchup is, this is the map to try. For LAG though, mate, I mean, it's been a rough ride. This has been the wonderful comeback tour for them, just a day after a difficult performance. See if they can't find the metal, find the resolve. So 2-0 up in this series.
And just to be a bit more particular on sort of the woes for LAG on this map, well, again, defense has been more of the problem, but Gunless also a player that has not really had a ton of success with the sniper. Will be the Guerrillas on the attack first, though, and hey, boom, first blood, get them both. Slasher taking 2 players down, and honestly, that should be the setup just for a free Planet B, and funnily enough, the Guerrillas, in spite of like, what, 11th overall in terms of round win percentage, the first bloods, they are 3rd overall. So they've been great at finding the opening kills. It's converting the rounds they've struggled with. But I gotta say, this round's looking very sweet for them. Should be an easy dub.
Well, we'll see. And again, 2-2 split on defense now. When it comes to defending the bomb, HyDra's last man up. He's got a sniper in hand. Okay.
Boom.
Okay. A incredible opener from Slasher to start the round with that 2-piece. I wonder if we get a replay of that one. That was fast, man. He caught both those players out. I think he was sort of P5 position. Absolutely beamed him. Gunless over the last onto HyDra. But a wonderful opener here from LAG and Berlin.
And again, 3rd overall in first blood percentage, but they're not winning rounds. So it should be very easy to identify of like, hey, we're getting the opening kills. What do we need to do after that? What are the adjustments we need to make in the setup? A lot of what LAG has been doing on defense is Gunless has been playing by himself over towards B, but already I see Asim going that direction. I see Gunless now watching crosses, so I think LAG already starting to make some moves, but it looks like this bomb over towards A, and Hook right now by himself.
Yeah, he saw a lot of players as well. He's like, yo, it's full. The whole room is full of people. Nades are in. Slash is going to find the first there from the other side. That cross over towards the bomb. You'll always find an AR player there throughout the entire year. HyDra with a quick bomb grab. It's tucked away. He should be safe. No, he's not. Slasher strikes again. It's 2 this round from the same position. Crim has got to clear him out from that spot before you can even think about grabbing the bomb. And he's already made the move. The adaptation is here. Bomb's been grabbed. The arrows, they know, man. They are all over it. Crim, 1v3. See ya. I think that's streaks for Slasher.
Perfect round. Slasher just, again, snaps his fingers, says, fine, I'll do it myself. I'll get it done. 2 for 2 on first bloods, getting all the kills. Hype from Asim as well. Trying to get that chatter going, but I think, honestly, one of the most important things in my mind is just making adjustments on defense, having a different setup. Again, if the issue is giving up the bomb plants, having a bit more pressure over towards B, I mean, we're only 2 rounds in, but it certainly looks by appearances that LAG have made some necessary adjustments. Obviously, still a long way to go, but Slasher, 6-0, 2 for 2 on first bloods, has 1 kill streak, looking for the next.
If we can get it. Freaky door. But I got some WD-40 for that one. Nades are out. You can hear the explosions across map. A-bomb site, bit of action. Here it comes. A scene with the first blood. Slash is still waiting for a pick. He's going to get crits. There he is. Hello, 4 streaks. Oh, sees Neptune as well. Litigo strikes again. This is a precarious position indeed to be in for the New York Subliners. 2v4.
I think Clayster is the only player with an opportunity. to get Subliners a win in this round. And he doesn't even see the guy on bomb. So you're going to let that bomb plant going to go down. You don't even have steps clear. Now maybe more pressure is on Neptune. He gets caught. Clay for the 1v4. Oh. There's one. There's two. So he's got plenty of time. But now you have to go clear out all the clutch spots. You got to clear out back steps. And you got to go fast.
To try and do it. 30 seconds now. Slash is going to throw shoulders. Might be able to throw something else in a moment. But Clay's got to go. One more check. Big damage. Can't get out the window in time. There it is. 1v1, 20 seconds. It's not over yet for Clay, but Gunless is surely going to stay as far away as possible. Clay thinks he's close. He's doing his due diligence, checking it, but that is going to be that. Gunless now moving in a position to check the bomb, and a very admirable attempt from Clayster, but Gunless was just so far away, and Berlin is a big old map. It's a technical ace in the kills department, but not enough time to get the bomb. Clayster, NT, nice try, but the round still goes to LAG.
I mean, hey, making the best of a bad situation, right? You turn a 1v4 into potential streaks for your team. Obviously, New York is going to be dealing with both the streaks that Slasher has. They're also dealing with the fact that they seemingly are incapable of getting a first blood at the moment. I mean, Guerrillas just truly picking them apart, and you just need some sort of adjustment. Again, it'll be New York back on the attack. If I see LAG, by the way, just double stack B, I'm going to be so happy, and they're doing it. Steve has now joined his friend Gunless. You love to see it.
They're doing it. How long, though, will that elation for chance last, as here comes the slow approach from Crim towards the back. Teams tucked away inside bomb. If they get in there, they're in trouble. They're winding up for it. Crim. Woo! Close. The outside there. Asim definitely heard that one. He knows that they know something. Here comes Neptune. Second nade out. Will it catch Gunless? Good throw. Answer is no.
It does back him down. I was going to say maybe an opportunity to cross, but Neptune doesn't wrap the bomb that direction. New York have to have some idea that there could be someone on site. Neptune, maybe the pressure's on you, or maybe a little indecisive. This gunfight, Asim is by himself. If he can win it, LAG are good for the round. If not, huge problem.
Oh, there it is, the check. Asim wins it. Big tags. He's damaged. Crim might be there to finish him off, but Asim's going to play this real slow. His teammates on the other side of the board, though, has, again, made this one a numbers advantage for NYSL. There's Asim, pokes out for a moment. Crim, no nade left. He's got to get there and do it himself. Here comes Clay with the pistol. Asim does manage to catch HyDra. Oh my God! Gunner snipes Clay! Asim cuts him down as well! LAG with a teamwork out of nowhere! I thought he was dead to rights! Look at those boys, they are hyped out their chairs! And NYSL, that was their round. Stolen. Absolutely robbed by LAG.
Play, make it for the kid. He needs to win that one-on-one insight, delivers, gets the bomb down, stays alive, he gets two more, hopping out the back window to take down HyDra. Fantastic individual plays coming out of Asim, and honestly, what seemed like a round that the Subliners were able to put together for a win, but instead, now they are down 4-0. This is a problem, and now Neptune, by the way, by himself over towards B. Similar situation to Asim. He's going to get the call out from Crim once they make the moves, but he has to win these gunfights.
Yeah, this is Asim versus Neptune on bomb once again. Asim's got a good record, and now it's even better. The kill, the plant, NYSL nowhere to be found. Neptune, I'm not sure what he was doing on that bomb site, whether he was licking the walls or picking his nose, but he's dead now, and that bomb's planted. This is not a good look for NYSL.
At the same time, though, they at least took care of the sniper. So it's a good pick to get on Gunless. Still, though, 3 versus 3. And also, keep in mind for Slasher, he has the score streaks that he can just call in the Glide Bomb. So I take that back. There's a 0% chance you ever win this round. Especially if Asim is shooting like that. Good God.
Oh,
what
man.
a round and what a game.
Oh, man.
From the Los Angeles Guerrillas, man. 5 in a row.
Oh, man. Yesterday, they didn't look like much. Today, LAG are some kind of beast. And this is getting very frustrating for NYSL. If I have to quote Hook, I'm feeling good. That is the only way you can sum up LAG's performance. It's all serious now, but LAG got to be feeling good.
And this is actually kind of wild because from the Subliners camp, I don't know how, like, what your view of how good they've looked is, but, like, they've only lost to Seattle.
Yes, they did.
Obviously, it looked fantastic, but this just might be a dagger as they can't find a kill, can't get a first blood, can't stop a seam, or maybe Clay can, but 2 versus 3, and you still got to deal with the streaks of Slasher. I mean, New York, they've just been getting picked apart.
Yeah, this is real tough. It's not over yet. The streaks are going to make this very tough for Clay on the slow approach. Bit of go-on-go action there. Slasher, he'll come out on top. A little bit of help, but oh no, this is it. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. It's Hook on the other side of the wall, and that is the round. And it is an absolute catastrophe from the New York Subliners. LAG have picked them apart in every single round. An unbelievable 6-0. Not a single kill from Neptune in that, and a brutal display from LAG. I am speechless.
I mean, look, we've had quite a few Game 5s today. I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself, but at the very least, when it comes to Berlin S&D, the Guerrillas have absolutely made some necessary adjustments, especially towards their defensive setups, and that's as good as it gets. I mean, if you were the 3rd overall, like, first blood percentage in Search and Destroy, and now you're actually converting those rounds, that's as big of a turnaround as you're going to need. More donuts this year, I mean, potentially already, and we're at day 2, stage 1, than we had all of last year. Bro. Some players have just been struggling, as Neptune and HyDra, who I think a lot of New York fans were hoping would be able to deal with Hook and Asim, who have been struggling in Search. Instead, that is 1 and 12 combined.
It's a tough one. Again, I think there's a meme going around right now. Someone on Twitter is putting players' faces in a little like donut box. Well, there's another one to add to it. It's been a busy day for whoever that person is. But GG's all round for LAG. They're looking magnificent here. The Search and Destroy, it was all theirs. And at times, it just felt like NYSL could not do a single thing right, no matter what they tried. Clay and Crim, obviously the ones really finding the kills here. This round from Clay was a great one. Again, time was not on his side. Beautiful stuff from Gunless, just being as far away from that bomb as possible. Last minute check towards the stairs is all he needed. But it was tough, man. I mean, this is heartbreak, really, for NYSL fans. Asim was the boogeyman, by the way, like all game long against Neptune on that B-bomb site. Straight up Baba Yaga vibes. Like no one was getting in there and killing him. That round, I would love to see that round from Gunner's POV as well, man. He saved the day with the snipes. It was a cacophony of chaos from LAG. You could not get a word in.
I mean, just an absurd performance, like top to bottom, right? I mean, if one of the closest rounds you actually have in the game is Clay almost clutching a 1v4, that's not good. No, it's not good in the slightest. I mean, a brutal map 2, a very solid map 1 as well, 250 to 158. As far as Vanguard goes, that is a very strong win in Hardpoint, so Guerrillas full speed ahead, but obviously 3 maps to win. This series is not over yet. You gotta make sure you don't let anything get away from you.
Yeah, and it's far to it. You know, we've still got a little bit to go. We've got ourselves a Tuscan Control after this one, and I mean, I got nothing.
You were saying?
I got nothing. Let's just go to a break. Control when we come back. You don't want to miss it. Could be a 3-0. You caught me. Here we go. We're back into the matches, friends, here in the Call of Duty League Day 2. And already, LAG winning hearts. Or then this guy on screen, though, Hook, has just been a wonder to watch. He's feeling great right now, 76% non-traded kills chance. It's the Hook of old. It's the Hook that people wanted. It is the nuke, and he is back, and he is looking fantastic.
He never entirely left, right? World champ 2 years ago. Last year, yes, he had a very strange year. He got benched. There's some weird fuzziness going on. But when he was actually playing, he was still a menace on the map, like especially in S&D. He's one of the top guys when it comes to first blood percentage. I mean, when he's on the map, he is indestructible at times, it feels like. And he is so far delivered today as well. Full speed ahead, plenty of first bloods. S&D's been fantastic, nearly untradeable. Speaking of which, Slasher, first of all, nice. Second of all, 1.38, like you couldn't ask for anything more. Delivering in the S&D on point in the hard point. They just got to carry into the control, take care of business, and if they get a 3-0 here, talk about a confidence boost. Everybody can be smiling and happy on this squad. It'd be a sight to see.
It will be a sight to see. I mean, not going to be easy, but we will see. With Orze, we already make it for NYSL. Again, A and B first. I'm seeing Tuscan today. This is a nice surprise. And I see him. He meets Clayster. And Hook. Hi, Clayster as well. There you go. Everyone's shaking hands. Everyone's cleaned up. And so is that first segment at A.
And Hook's thinking about it. He's waiting for his teammates, hit him from the same side, making sure just to stop the clock and maybe wait for some kills. A very stagnant round so far. Hook goes for the chow. I mean, Neptune was waiting for that for a year. He does get caught out, and I mean, it's got to be said, this is a decent amount of time off the clock. New York has basically made no progress on the map. This is solid stuff from Guerrillas once again.
Yeah, doing all right. Clay with a nice 2-piece head before being brought down. Again, just trying to keep that space for NYSL right now. Neptune's up next. Keeping the capture going. One angle covered, but no. Gunless is on the flank. Nice shots. Neptune's going to bring him down in the end, and that's good enough for now. Whoa, LAG on the defense. And tenacious defense it is as they keep flying forward. Clay. Oh, man, that was almost a one hell of a win. But with that, map presence really goes towards LAG. They've still got defense covered there over towards A. NYSL starting to think about other plans.
I mean, look, I think we've only seen like 2 rounds of Tuscan Control where the team on offense doesn't capture A at all. So it's rare to be put in the blender. And maybe there's the opening that they need. And keep in mind, Neptune actually working his way over to top church. So he can basically lock down the middle of the map and make New York's life a little bit easier. This is where you need to set up and just start slaying if you are on the Subliners. You need to start getting some kills. They have a 1-life lead. They need to start to run it up.
Slowly but surely. Time's on this side now. Live still even. HyDra trying to clean out the back. Crosses the street alive. That's good. Making a bit of noise. Waiting for his teammates to show up. His teammates are getting absolutely dropped around him, though. Look out for a seam now on the flank. Trying to hit those players in spawn. The dead silence. HyDra still wins the fight against Hook. 1v1 up front now. Buying space. Buying time. Man's got deep pockets right now. He's going to buy another kill. Here we go. 14-14 in the live count. However, you still have to worry about a seam. He's still in from behind. Crim? Something's tingling. Will Asim finally be caught? And I think Crim's in the perfect position to do it. Oh no, he will not be caught. Oh my god, he's still on a rampage.
That's a little bit lucky as well, because Crim definitely knew what was going on. He knew the flank was coming through. New York doing a very good job of just keeping track of all 4 players, but at the same time, you lost your life lead. Granted, it's close. That's not the best start. You got 1 body on point, but the coverage is there. I mean, that is what? A solo challenge from Net. Clayster just forced to fly in after that to hope he can find a kill. Nothing's there. And you just need a good coordinated team push. Subliners right now struggling to set something up.
Yeah, it's hard to get in towards that B zone. Again, you've got players from LAG all over the place. Oh, Crim. Good job on the trades. Not enough HP to keep going, though. Slasher, right place, right time. Easy kill. HyDra from behind. No. Hook reads it. The defense holds. Less than 20 seconds to go. 4 lives remaining. Which will come first, the clock or the grave? Yeah, we'll go with that. Looks to be the...
needs to be the clock.
Yeah, it's the clock, isn't it? I mean, look, he's speed running.
I mean, you just don't want to throw away lives. I mean, they kind of threw away an extra 2 towards the end, but even from that round, it was a slow start, and they just kind of looked disconnected. I mean, how many times do we see Neptune just sort of like sprinting into a gunfight, just getting caught, even when he was like in a decent spot up top church, just gets caught in a power position. And I think 3 and 8, he's certainly struggling, but I just want to see more teamwork out of the Subliners. Again, just a little bit tough for these guys to set anything up right now.
It's the ceiling is there, but they're not quite climbing yet. Here we go, though. Another round for NYSL now on defense this time. We'll see if they can hold it together. LAG in towards A they go. It's mostly Crim here alone at this point in time. Mid-maps, the fight's continuing, and Asim's going to start this one off with a nice kill with that automaton. And Crim is tucked as far in that back corner as he can be. The rest of the squad's here. Absolutely eviscerates Hook. Slashes up next, and again, so far, defense looking all right. They are going to be able to drain that A segment, so all that hard work from LAG, gone.
Keep in mind, though, one player's gotten past. Clayster's going to fall. Yeah, Clayster's trying to make that read. He's a little bit late. And now this is where things get confusing. This is where, like, your comms have to be on point. Once you get players in your back spawn in New York, they got to be quick to stop this B push.
Yeah, LAG now in a very good position to start dealing some damage at B and in the life count. Let's go for a quick listen in with Los Angeles Guerrillas.
In the back, in the back, right? Go right now, guys.
They're playing club, you.
Yeah, I just went on me somewhere.
Try to pick up middle. Try to pick up middle here.
I'm pointing on me.
Top fire. Yeah, I knew it. One bullet. Up to HyDra. Top fire.
Yeah,
One bullet.
little weak. I'm dead. He's pushing tree. On tree heady.
Tree heady.
You guys I'm trying to get out mid for you guys. I'm trying to get out mid for you guys.
You gotta be out of round.
Hey, give me a second. I'm coming well to mid.
I'm waiting.
I don't see anything.
I don't see him out of. He's gonna be out of round peeking in 2.
I don't see anything.
He jumped over me.
I don't see anything top church. I'm flanking their field.
Yo, wait for Kyle. He's flanking.
They're waiting.
He held it. Yeah, they're all playing field on A point. There's like no one B.
Yeah, I'm running across.
They literally
Close to me, one bullet.
Maybe they're side A.
Up so close to you,
Close to you and then got heady.
Close to you, 20.
They want to nade their side field.
Close to you and got heady. I'm gonna go get on B. I'm gonna go get on B and stop it.
All right, chance New York are absolutely smacking them. An absolute slaughter now. 20 lives, or 19 to the 12 of LAG. And LAG, 7.5 on the clock. Enough time to defuse a bomb. Is it enough time to win a round?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of hope. Not a lot of bit of hope, I gotta say. I mean, they just got bullied in this round. Maybe an opening just to stop the clock and keep things alive, but this is such a long way to go, and I think New York knows it, actually. They're gearing up maybe for one clean break, but they can play it like Surge. It doesn't matter about the point. What matters for New York right now is the kills.
And they're going to try to find them. 5 separate them right now. But, he's gone. 1:06 on the clock to work with. Here come the kills, though. LAG, 8 lives left. Wraps all around the map. HyDra's going to find himself a couple. Map's all secure for now. They do not know that the entirety of the LAG players are flooding through A. It's all on Clay. He's trying to keep those players at bay. HyDra's got mid-map on lock as well. 40 seconds to play with. 5 lives remaining. Clay still just gunning folks as they run into him.
In LAG right now, they are just spending so much time even just looking for Neptune. They don't have an opening on the map anywhere. All their bases are covered. Or HyDra, excuse me, is who they found towards the middle of the map. That's where they're making the move.
Oh.
And for Clay, he's got 2 players underneath. He should get traded out. At least he's able to take down 1. And now HyDra, man, to help out his boy. Maybe get some kills over towards field. Can't find either. But right now, it's a 4 versus 11 New York. Almost assuredly going to win this round.
I love that reposition from HyDra there, just that little heady by the plant pot. He puts himself in such a premium spot to be able to take on those players, but there's no way they get through now. LAG are just trying to manage the damage. Damage control is the play right now, and it has not worked out for them. 3 lives remaining. NYSL have slayed their little heart cell. Fantastic defensive round. We tie things up 1-1. And for those of you keeping track of the kills at home, good luck.
I haven't been doing it yet. I'll step it up maybe this next round. But
that was a speedy
either way, very quick one. Very solid round from NYSL, though, right? You get the spawn trap going for a while, and then as soon as it looks like Guerrillas are able to get set up on A, they don't throw away their lives. They don't take stupid gunfights. They just regroup and be like, hey, we still have, or they have basically no time on the clock. If we slow the pace down, we'll still be good to go. So Subliners playing a very solid round just to bounce back, but to the attack they go. HyDra piercing through the middle of the map, finds 1, and now he's causing problems.
Yeah, he's causing problems. Oh, god damn, he finds another one. Slaying. A segment gone. 2 players capping it. HyDra still in church. Oh my god, he's still going. Still finding these kills inside church. It is his playground right now. He's having a wonderful time. There's a couple more. HyDra still going. Second segment at A. Oh, he finds the fifth inside church alone. There's got to be more. Dude, don't leave it. This is hollowed ground. This is all you, HyDra. You are slaying it inside. Go back inside. It's safe in there. Sanctuary. I'm telling you, he's left church. He's dead now. Told you, he's dead now. Should have stayed in church. I mean, okay, maybe it's not that safe now, but HyDra, what a roll that was.
I mean, hey, 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. That is plenty of time. You got, well, now a 6-life lead, and you lost a little bit of map control, but either way, iBeZy certainly making the big play. That is just a lot of Guerrillas players going, yep, iBeZy's in church. Still HyDra in church. Yep. 3 more times. But since that moment, there was a 6-life lead that is now a 0-life lead as Hook and Gunless and everyone from the Guerrillas have run the map. And look at the coverage. All 4 players spread out past the 50-yard line all across the map. And that life lead, that only took 30 seconds for it to disappear. Guerrillas with a very strong bounce back.
We were too busy making jokes as Sam's on a 5. Okay. We're going to find a few more here. Tucked away. Here in mid-map. Heavy B hit now. Still got Clay trying to look through top broken and find something. Hook behind that desk, about to put in the work. Neptune, he's going to be the first out. Asim takes care of Clay in mid, and here comes the peek, and Hook won. HyDra with the trade. Forward they go. Asim now the reinforcements coming through. Cuts down HyDra before his feet even touch the ground. And it's 15 lives now for LAG to the 13 remaining of NYSL. Chance, but they have over a minute to play with. Still anyone's game. Oh, God.
Beam still from Crim. And you got bodies on point as well. You have so many players around. And look at the awareness to worry about the flank. The comms are there. They're keeping track of players. Still, though, number 2 is going to hop off the point. It's because the streak is coming in. But still, look at the spread from York. You got to worry about the flank, though, one more time. Number 3 is turning. Subliners are covering everything. Perfection right now around this B site.
It's going to be a big hit now coming out of spawn from LAG. 3 players through the back. Crim, timing's good. He saw a forehead and he's dead already. 3 down now. HyDra's the last one up. It was a big hit. Hook finishes the story. All 4 of them are gone. They're back on spawn, and there is just under 50 seconds. There's 9 lives for NYSL. There's 8 lives for NYSL. Oh, we've got 3 more. Oh my God, LAG. What a defensive push this is. Forward they go. New York Subliners had it in the palm of their hand, and they let this one slip. Asim's got himself a glide bomb still. There was an opportunity to get on point for a second there. It's not quite over yet, but last lives chance.
I mean, 4v5 right now. Maybe a 4v4 if Crim with this one, or maybe get Neptune for the trade. Basically, no respawns remaining. You're running out of time. Hey, boom, there's your 4v4. 15 seconds. If they can stop the clock, this is huge. They need 1 second progression. They win the next gunfight. Now a 4 versus 3. Trades are coming through. New York are there. LAG in their spawn. These are the final gunfights.
Pressure's on. It's a 1v3. 10 seconds to play it. Clay, if you can find a kill, sweet. If you can get on the point, you've got to do something fast though, man, because the time's ticking out. Can he get the kill? 1. Time. Pressure. Certainly got to NYSL towards the end there. That first hit from LAG with a final set of lives. It was close, but no cigar. LAG. It was a thin line, but they held it.
And now I'm going to be honest, though, that is a very tough round for the Subliners to lose in a heartbreaking fashion like that. Again, 6-life lead right off the opening break. HyDra's popping off, and even later in the round, they get to the portion where they have 4 players everywhere around B. They get one of the kill streaks burned. They read the flank twice, keeping track of players. I mean, that was like Subliners at their best, and then it just collapsed. And that is not an opening break the Subliners want to see. I mean, this is going to be the 8-point gone. Guerrillas, very strong start to open things up on this round.
Insane opener, and again, this is match point for LAG. Asim still keeping the kills flowing. Crim backs up. No one able to make the flank. A's gotten 2:20 on the clock. And a lot of lives to play with. There's the first death for LAG in this round. Oh my God. Asim, he's having a whale of a time. 23 and 17. Guns, Neptune. Who's next? Does anyone dare test him right now? He is frying. There are 2 players in church. There's 1 player in church. Asim! He's still going! Oh my God, Asim! What is this? He was king of the donuts yesterday, and now he's king of all! Get on B! It's your point, boys! Asim has just opened up the league. Wow!
Number 9, drop Asim, they said. Get rid of this guy. He can't clutch, they said. 10. He can kill everything in the moment. 10 spree for him. turning things around, and he's smiling because he knows it. He is God on the map. He cannot be killed. And honestly, New York, look at the minimap. They're ignoring him. They don't want to deal with him at all. They have left him behind. And at this point, maybe just go stand on B because you got a 10-life lead. Asim, please go capture the point.
You can do whatever he wants right now, man. But again, 20-11. Adds another to the pile. 30. Crim fighting brilliant kills. Crim can't get the third. Teamwork is there though, but guess who it is? 12 for Asim now. Has to get his teammates up into the fight though. Finally dies. Finally dies. But it's 16 lives to LAG to 8. 1 minute on the clock. New York Subliners. Prove to us what makes this roster so special. Net with the big tags. Big kill. Top rope finds a second. Good work on the defense. They do manage to clear all those players out. So the defense holds. 45 on the clock still.
You have what? I mean, Asim, the only guy that's pushed up in the slightest. 4-life lead right now for the Guerrillas. So if they can push the pace, they can absolutely just slay. The problem is they're going to be having to deal with the flanks as well. Number 2, Neptune, he's still roaming. You fly to the point. Asim leading the charge. He gets taken down, and the trades aren't in. Crim finds 2. Crim finds 3. The savior for the Subliners in this round. And I'll be honest, Asim, he's going to be the most confused person in the world if they don't find a way to put this together in this 7 versus 4.
10 seconds. Last lives now for NYSL. Oh my God, Hook flies through. Asim trying to make his way forward. Neptune's got to get a shot in. They do manage to get him off point. Is that going to be enough? No, 2.5 now. They've stopped the clock. Kills keep coming through. 1 member of NYSL left. Oh my God. Clay stays alive. They can't get on the point in time. New York stay alive in control. Oh, even Clay had no idea. Oh my God. They have another shot at this.
Yeah, I want to see that back, by the way, if that's possible for the highlights at the end. I could have sworn a body was in the point. He might have been off by just a split second, but I mean, that's as close as it could be for Subliners to somehow get that round of control. The clock apparently not their friend, but whatever just happened in those final few seconds, well, we got to go again for the round 5. It'll be Subliners on the attack. It'll be Clay only, well, him and Crim able to take down 2 apiece. But the flank's already in, and of course, it's Asim. There's number 1. Number 2 is 3. 35 and 21. And this is only the start of round 5.
Yeah, he's doing great. His teammates are there to back him up. LAG managed to secure defense this round after that ridiculous performance. Neptune trying to stay alive. Heavy stuns from Slasher, man. He got smoked there. Now you got yourselves on the A zone. Gunless is the lone defender now. Close spawns there because, again, HyDra's trying to push it up. HyDra, though. HyDra from behind. HyDra 2. Nice spree out of HyDra. 2 more defenders in position. But the damage was done by Gunless. It's all on a Crim trying to break A alone.
He's just trying to stay alive, maybe find a couple kills. Of course, Asim is picking up 2 pieces. I mean, him and HyDra have basically going toe-to-toe. He's used to shredding, so he's stopping the gunfights, and finally he gets taken down, but Guerrillas constantly there with the pressure. Slasher wins a nice one-on-one, and while this has been going on, HyDra's actually trying to solo cap over towards B, so he's dragging 2 players from the Guerrillas just to deal with him.
Damn.
He does get taken care of. And Slasher at least takes one of the graves, so finally A's opened up just a little bit, but there's only 35 seconds of the clock, and there's been almost no progression made by the Subliners. This has been a bloodbath of a round.
Asim does manage to find at least 1 through mid. Whoa, that body went flying. First segment gone. Life count relatively even, you know? A little bit of a difference. That's going to change real soon. Clay is absolutely twisted. He almost locked on HyDra there and blew him away. Second segment gone. Subliners stack up. Hook's on the flank. So is Neptune as he goes forward as well. Now this could be huge. Points secured, 14 lives for Subliners, 15 for LAG. It is still anyone's game.
And for what is a 40 bomb right now for Asim, HyDra may be able to follow up. He's at 37. Neptune playing inside a radio. He's actually in between quite a few players for the Guerrillas, and his teams are picking up kills. There's the third one. This is the moment. Get on the point. This is one of the only times you can stack it. Him and HyDra are here. Stack it quickly.
Stack it quickly. Get as many bodies on there as you can. Fast progress. The first gone. Here come 2 spawners now from LAG up. Asim, though, guess who on the flank finds 1. Nep cuts him down, though. You still have presence. Slasher can't get off spawn. Hook loses the battle on the flank. Nep now, forward he goes, trying to find kills all over the place, but again, Clay holding it down. 5 in a row now, keeping the New York Subliners in this. It is 11 lives to the 9 of LAG.
Playing for kills. Now 11 versus 8. Clay's still on a 5. If he can get streaks, honestly, that might be the thing that seals the deal. Pushing over towards Black. There's the bait for the kills. You can't get either. The setup is there. And now it's Crim, the lone man on the point. He can find one. Asim's trying to make a play. The Subliners do have 2 players over towards B, and they have been fantastic at keeping track of these flanks.
Oh, Crim was doing so good. HyDra now, though. The young phenom slides in. It just completely destroys Hook. His teammates are there to back him up. Here comes Nep on the flank. He sprung to life. The teamwork flowing. And now you've got LAG 3 lives remaining. There is 30 seconds remaining, and they are playing TDM right now. 2 of them are left. You've got yourselves gunless now. Last player alive as the New York Subliners when all hope was lost and Asim was absolutely spanking the squad. They keep it together. Gunless, it's a heroic attempt, but we are going to another hard point. Holy
I mean, that has to be one of the most chaotic, crazy, tough to keep track of control games, I mean, ever in Call of Duty. It feels like, especially so in this game, it's so tough to keep track of. I gotta see the end of that round 4, by the way, because if you don't remember the situation, it turned into like a 5 versus 1. There was only 1 life left for the Guerrillas, or for New York, excuse me. Had 1 player left alive, and then just no one was able to get on point, or maybe just a split second too late. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened, and maybe the Subliners are too, but they will take it. They got that final round. They converted on offense, and as crazy of a map that Asim has, HyDra right there with them. A 40 bomb achieved for Paco as well.
We just got to see the 12 spree from Asim. That's what made it so amazing. Highlights, here we go. Get the popcorn out. This map was insane. I think it was the round 3 win. Clay was the last player left alive. It was a 1v3. He gets 1 kill, and then it must have been a half a foot away. That player just could not get on point in time, because if they do stop the clock there and start the cap, Clay's lost. It's done. Like, NYSL, it's chalk then. Oh no, it was 4th round. It was the 4th to round 5, I think. Anyway, it was that moment. Absolutely absurdly close. That's what makes Control so exciting as a game mode. Manage your kills, manage the objective, the perfect hybrid of 2. And that was it. They couldn't get close enough. No one was there. It would have been a fight on point anyway, but man, that was insane. That is one of the most exciting Control games we may ever see. And it's only day, I mean, it's day 2. It's bound to be better than that, but my God. We have a 10 spree. Well, it was the full was 12. We have the 10 kills here from Asim. Bottom church. I mean, Chance, there's not a lot to break down here aside from a man possessed, just truly smoking players. Oh my God.
I mean, after you get a kill like that, you just know. You go for the ego child, because what cracks me up, by the way, is after this next little sequence, New York, again, we've seen him the entire game. This is what like veterans like Crim and Clay bring to the table. They're hyper aware. They know Asim's in the back, and they said, screw it. We don't want to deal with him. He has killed too many of us. Let's just move on. Leave him in our spawn. We'll go about our day and just kill someone else. And Subliners won this round. Asim goes on to 12. He is frying. He is calling in glide bombs, and Subliners still win this round. Asim has to be one of the most confused people in the world in that moment, but either way, you can see what kind of like force when he is at his best that he can bring to the table. I mean, some next level stuff in spite of the loss.
Yeah, I mean, that's flow state achieved. He was barely in his body at that moment. He was in the game. That was incredible stuff. Very, very exciting to watch. But again, plays like that happens in Vanguard. It happens in Control. That's not the objective. Those kills are great, but Subliners play the OBJ. They win the round and eventually win the map. There we go. So that is Tuscan Control. Finally finished. Now, Tuscan Hardpoint. If we have to go to Game 5, Bocage, Search and Destroy. Ah, mate. How are you doing?
I mean, I'm doing great. It's much easier to commentate, I'd say, than play in those moments. Because again, even just the amount of mental resolve or cognition levels, whatever the case may be, just to keep track of these players constantly. Because that's something New York, again, was doing round after round, just completely on point with it. And it seemed like, especially in the second time they had an attack on offense, that they hit their flow state. They started to put together the type of plays that you expect from a team that is designed like this, where HyDra is the one popping off and making big solo plays, where Crim and Clay, again, bringing that leadership role to the table and just making sure the comms are on point. So We saw one reverse sweep, or almost a reverse sweep, I should say, earlier on. Actually, I take that back.
Yeah, we saw.
OpTic got reverse swept.
Yeah.
Seattle nearly got reverse swept.
Yeah.
And here's maybe try number 3.
Whoa. Tuscan Hardpoint up next. Bocage, S&D, map 5. And again, looking across the board. But more than anything, I mean, this is a really good sign for New York Subliners. Getting 6-0'd, absolutely dinged. And I mean dinged on Berlin Search to rebound and have that kind of control game. They've come to life. That is a really impressive rebound. Fantastic mental fortitude, strong resilience. Can they do it again, though? Keep that pace going. How much did it take out of them? And how much more has LAG got? Because, look, you lose a tough game like that, it seems put up stats like this. What happens now in the hard point? Let's find out.
I mean, those stats, by the way, 100% inflated by that controller, right? Like, he's been playing well, played incredibly well in the first 2 maps. Obviously, LAG was fairly dominant, but yeah, that control absolutely just running the numbers up. And we'll see if he continue it. It's the same map for him. HyDra going to be staring straight down the middle of the map for good reason. Free 2 kills. I think this is a P1 where, again, almost every hardpoint map, there is a clear advantageous side for the opening break on hardpoint. And right now, New York Subliners taking full advantage of that fact.
They got 2. He did get 2. Clay now trying to get 2 of his own. Uh-oh. Yep. Caught in the window. Happens a lot in Vanguard. It really does. If only we could phase through those, but here we go. Clean kills now from LAG. They just keep coming. They just keep going. The kill feed's a little delayed. It stays around, but those are kills. Crim finding 2 more of his own. Nep now getting out of spawn. Into the point we go, though. It all comes down to Slasher. He's not got long to live, surely. There we go. Scrap time. Going to NYSL. Rotation goes to HyDra.
Yeah, players spawning back there as well, right? Just get that one guy out and make sure the squad spawns on top of you. So that's a very interesting P1. Again, the break was nice from the Guerrillas because Subliners could have ran the score up, but the fact that New York turned this into rotation, this is a big moment in the game. aBeZy going hunting. 13 HP, does not care. He is full speed ahead, but Crim able to take down 2. Clay is there as well. The clean 4 down. Subliners holding strong.
Crim just saw the whole team spawn in front of him, the entire squad.
Yes, he did.
The entire squad, they're all there. But that's really important information to pass out. Done this, nice nade from up top. Slasher now, forward he goes. aBeZy is just so much confidence right now. And I think, if anything, he has to be careful because he's going to start playing like a man possessed. He can start playing like he cannot be killed. He can definitely be killed. He does have to slow things down a little. Yes, he could be bitten bad by that.
You see HyDra going to collect some time. He's actually getting chowed at old. aBeZy is going to drop him. So aBeZy with that little play, again, just sort of buys his team 10 seconds or takes him away from New York. And on the rotation, Slasher wins a massive one-on-one. But Clayster's still in the back, and I don't know if they know it yet, but aBeZy is there to find him. Now the pressure from roof side, and aBeZy is ready for it. Hyper aware, double positive, and you talk about necessary gunfight to Guerrillas to make on this rotation. HyDra, the next one up, can't make anything happen. LA holds strong.
Yep, we're going to try that jump up once again. Hook's still up there. Top of his little tower, he gets another kill. Hook's still alive. Still finding him. Can't be brought down. 3 now in a row from this position alone. Clay's playing it slow. The vet prevails. Here comes the next push now. There hasn't been too much time grabbed here. HyDra, seemingly invincible, flies right on through the front lines, gets the kills. That's going to be the break. 20 seconds to be had here, but someone's got to get in the point for NYSL. Rotation's already down. Over to Church. You got to be feeling good now for LAG, who have that row done. See what happens next.
Yeah, might be one of the slowest rotations of all time from New York Subliners. I think they were expecting the spawns to still come in the back for the Guerrillas, and instead it is going to be a slow approach. But there you go. We actually saw Bance do this earlier. It's a slow approach on this site, but if you push up through field side, you get the squad spawns right on top, so you can be quick to actually get inside the hill. So the slow rotation at first turns into being played well, turns into the kills just falling the way of LAG because aBeZy off spawn is on a 5 because of course he is.
Of course. Why wouldn't he be on a 5? Slasher is finding a couple more as well. Point now being soaked up.
Bro, can Subliners get a trade?
No, they can't seem to right now. aBeZy's there. Holding them down. Field side of the map, not safe. Nep the nade up top. Field side of the map, not safe. Still, as aBeZy finds kill number 6. Streaks certainly achieved. Glide bomb now, he only needs 1 more. Oh my god, no way. Why can't they kill him? Chance, what's happening?
It's strange. New York genuinely can't get it. I don't know how many times we've seen the kill feed just light up, just white on the left side. It is still a close game in spite of just like the monumental slang performance from the Guerrillas. And over towards P5, New York maybe try to turn things around, but again, it comes down to the slang, and it seems here he has not really lost any one-on-one gunfights. Here's the first against HyDra. Finally, HyDra there to slow him down. Look, this is just a bloodbath around P5. I think already 2 nade kills have come through. We might see a couple more.
There's a couple more kills, and HyDra's still going. That's 3. Oh my God, do it. Do it, Paco. Send them to their graves as he flies into the point. Shots are on. He's finding damage everywhere. Clay's got downstairs covered now, and NYSL finally have a moment to breathe here in P5. Again, you have to think back to NYSL. Currently, the Kings in Vanguard are being outslayed and still winning hard points. They play it so well. Already rotations theirs. Crim's going to be first in, best dressed with the opportunity to get the time. LAG might get the scrap here. That's great. But if NYSL can hold this for a mo, that's a guide bomb. And that baby's been patched. Crim, oh no, it's for you, Clay. You don't have to sign for it, mate. It's already been left on your doorstep. Bang. Oh my word. It's all flipped on its head. Crim, you were first in, last to die on the point. LAG with the time.
Yeah, New York was expecting that pressure to come in from the right side of the map for quite some time, so that flank coming through, and on top of the glide bomb, I would say gives you the opening. HyDra just comes back, takes down 2, and that's a 4-man wipe, so New York responded to that incredibly well. Maybe one player through the middle of the map gets dealt with. New York had finally found some sort of footing. Again, they've been getting massively outslayed, and they have turned that into a lead. And if a player like Neptune could get things going, or maybe if Crim could step it up just a little bit, Subliners might be able to start to run away with this game. If the kills start going their way, it could get out of control. There's a couple more, and they still have those right side spawns. 30-point gap right now. Subliners, they might be able to run it up.
They're doing great. And again, you got to imagine, once the kills start going their way, how bad could this get for LAG? Hoop those 3 in a row. Whoa, baby!
Oh, sweet.
Soaring across the Tuscan skyline. Straight on these players to spawn. There's a couple of nades for him, though. That's going to sting a little. I see him on the cross. Good shots. HyDra, though, man, he's hard to kill. Gunless over the pinch. Now, you've got column control for LAG. Crim flies into it, hooks on a 5. One more, and he gets himself that straight front.
I don't understand what kind of call. This just feels absurd to me. Of just like very few trades coming through. When LAG swarm on that hill, they just start annihilating. You think it's a good gunfight for one guy, someone else wins it.
It's crazy.
Flanks on flanks, shooting people in the back. Like an absurd game that we have so far. But even with 15 seconds left, 2 players from New York thinking about going towards this hill. They get caught out in a lead exchange once again. Guerrillas taking things over, but on that rotation, all 4 players for New York are now in the back. They need a good hold. That's all they need.
Yeah,
just one.
One decent hold. I'm not even sure if LAG was aware that that hard point was actually coming up. I mean, they were so focused on dealing with all the action on second. Here we go, though. Clay slipping, sliding, finding those kills, and this beautiful scenic shot as that strafing run crosses itself over by the backside of 3. It's not going to find anyone there. 3rd point's up. Time's now going the way of NYSL. It's a 10-point lead, and it's climbing. And Neptune, HyDra, woo, finds himself 2 on the back end. Gotta watch out for those close spawners, though. That's going to be Neptune's problem just a moment. And a problem he doesn't have the answer for, because it is a seam. Holy hell, what did a seam? How did a seam get that kill on HyDra? Dude, what is this map? This is insane.
And also, by the way, you had Crim just hop out of the hill to go, like, try to lock down the back spawns instead of just trying to soak a little bit of time. And maybe this ends up... No, you got number 4 spawning roof, and then 2 players on Guerrillas spawning at roof right behind them. It's just an absurd game. Tough to keep track of. And through all the chaos, again, New York, they took over the lead. I suppose they had a decent hold on the last hill. As now we go into church, as both teams just, I don't know, slay. Why not?
They're just slapping each other. Constant slappage. Here comes Slasher trying to get his hands involved, looking for some cheeks to apply them to. 20-second lead now for NYSL. It's a weird hardpoint game, but it is working out right now for New York. And Seam is just styling on players in all of these individual fights. Whether he's playing little parkour, jumping over the top of things, or whatever he's doing, sliding underneath, the man is a menace. He's an absolute monster on this map. And NYSL, they cannot get the break just yet. That lead may change hands soon, as this continues to be one of the most dramatic and ludicrous series we've seen today. And that's saying something.
Well, New York, though, they are going to chalk up a decent bit of that like scrap time. So once again, Elite Exchange, Guerrillas will have the lead going into P5, but Clayster, you see, he's pushed out one side. New York have basically trapped LA Guerrillas over towards this section of the map. So they got decent coverage. And the question is, how much time can they actually lock down on P5? It's not easy, but if you're good, you can make it substantial. But now you've given up plat side. And so now you're back to that sort of 50-50 around the hill. Asim's going for the flanks, a one-on-one gunfight inside the actual point. Once again, pandemonium in and around the hill.
Hey, Gunners may get the cut-off kills here. He does. Clay's still alive on the stairs. No, a nade gets him. And we are over the 200-point mark for both teams. NYSL, this is to force the game 5. For LAG, this is for the series. Gunless, how many more kills can you get on point? Hold this one down. HyDra drops. We're running out of players for NYSL here. No. Even Stevens. Lead change. No. As here comes Asim. Now you're going to see LAG take control for a moment. The battle will continue, but you still have to think about rotations towards the center of the map. Slasher's in. Neptune's done. That could be the dagger. We will see, though, as the rotation's there, but HyDra, oh my word, he gets 2! That's 3 kills in a row for him. Clay can't get gunless, and man, a live chance. We're still going. One more point. This could be the last one.
The hold for time for Guerrillas. You need a strong hold here on P1, as obvious as it could be. Gunless on the 2 spree for the moment. He's getting pelted by nades. And he's only got one teammate here for the help. In New York, you got the pinch as well. Crim can take down one. That's enough to set up his teammates. Asim gets traded. Finally, the trades are coming through. And Slasher gets the 2-piece for the opening towards the hill. And Guerrillas, it is their turn. Lead exchange. They have it right now. 14 seconds away. The game is theirs.
No one can really get much time out of this one. 10 seconds now for the win. This is it for LAG. One decent push is all you need. NYSL, get in there and get off the point. 5 now to go. Can anyone stop it? No! They've all gone! They've been wiped out! It is a perfect 4, and oh man, we came so close to the game 5, and that is heartbreak for the New York Subliners. LAG, they have come to play today, and my God, Asim with one hell of a series. That 3-1 scoreline, I think it may have shaved years off of all our lives, but that was one hell of a show.
I mean, that map alone, I mean, I have to imagine the players feel roughly the same way. Just absurd, seemingly exhausting. What a wild game. Maybe it's just been a long day for us, Miles. I'm not sure, but either way, we got the claps, Guerrillas on board. And just to think about the scope of the full series that they just had. Again, they came into it worst in the league when it comes to actually trading out each other's kills. Well, in that Tuscan, it seemed like there was nothing to trade. They were just eviscerating them. 2 pieces on 2 pieces. The slang was there. The S&D as clean as it could be on Berlin. Guerrillas, I mean, have to be just over the moon with that win.
That was a really nice turnaround for them. That was wonderful. What a turnaround. NYSL, still a bit of work to be done, but what a series. Desk, how you guys doing? You guys all right?
I mean, that was crazy. Asim went absolutely nuts. Okay, the simple fact that matchup was literally HyDra versus Asim at a point in time, and both of them were popping off going crazy. I believe that they both actually had a 40 bomb in control as well. It was just stupid.
Dude, that was one of the craziest controls I've ever seen in my life. I cannot believe that LAG didn't walk away with that win. Asim was literally on like a 15 spree at one point. But anyways, LAG, they have an incredible series. They put it together. The respawn looked good yesterday, and today they even got better since then. I think it was the small adjustment of having, in Search and Destroy, having Asim play inside of that B bomb site. It got him some confidence because he wasn't starting off with a donut, and you could see once he became confident, the guy was a demon on the map, like hitting every route. He couldn't lose a gunfight. He could do no wrong.
Right, and taking a look at LAG, I mean, let's be completely honest. When we saw them at the Kickoff Classic, I mean, since then, they've been pretty much struggling trying to find their identity. But aLLeY, I mean, they're looking so much better now with this big victory against the Subliners.
I mean, it definitely looks like a complete turnaround. I said that Asim was hot and cold for me. Well, he came out hot this entire series. The amount of sprees this man went on was just a total turnaround. And it was definitely the confidence, like Nameless said, and the fact that he was just running at them. Like, he wasn't thinking, he was just sprinting straight into head fire, and he was winning every gunfight. And I mean, when you have a man like that getting 2-3 people up every single life, obviously LAG needed to capitalize on that. They struggled in the control, but they cleaned out the hard point to get the 3-1 win over New York Subliners.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear it from both of you guys, the casters. Start with you, Chance, man. Show me that big brain of yours right now. I mean, NYSL, looking at the stats right now, this team has so much promise, man, but they just can't seem to get it together. What do you want to see more from this team?
I mean, it's got to come down to the slaying power, right? I don't know how many maps they've had where all 4 players are actually like popping off, but this is just another example of they are getting massively outslayed and still somehow keeping the games close. But if your main AR is double negative, that's not a good sign. I mean, Neptune 20 and 29, he had a couple slow maps in this series. I think it literally does come down to slang. I think New York right now, especially in Hardpoint, have like a 0.91 overall KD, number 12 in the league. Like, it's sort of nice that they can keep the maps close. Like, they have a good understanding of the game, but they just have to, on an individual level, pick things up.
And Miles, take a look at LAG, man. The potential is there. We see it. I know you see it as well, man. This team is looking good, man.
I see it. The thing is, like, on paper, and you see this roster come through, and I know the management made a really big decision to build around Hook, and there's been so much discussion around this one. Like, this team has tremendous potential, like huge potential. The biggest issue we all had coming into this one, we were like, oh my god, you put Slasher and Gunless in the same team, like they're gonna fight each other, they're gonna be arguing and stuff. Like, I had a conversation with Slasher about that, and he was like, honestly, man, we are all really good friends. We just want to win. Kyler is nothing but like positive vibes, and when a team gets going, it is literally impossible not to feel great on the map. Like, in and out of game, I think that team has now got themselves going. Are they going to struggle against more difficult opponents? Maybe, but I still feel like the potential is there. The ceiling is high. Chance, we talked about this in one of the breaks earlier. We're at a situation right now where, like, we might have 5 or 6 teams, maybe 7 now, who are legit good enough to actually win a major this season. That's crazy.
I mean, Paris went to a Game 5 against Atlanta FaZe, so it might not be 5 or 6 or 7. It could very well be almost all 12.
It could.
We're going far now.
It has gone up every single year. This is no exception. I'm not making any more predictions. I'm done.
All right, now let me hear from you guys on the desk. Nameless, looking at that match overall, it looked like NYSL was going to take it the distance as well, but they couldn't. LAG looked too good, and you actually said in the green room, Nameless looked at aLLeY now. He said, you guys know this team is going to be filthy, right?
Yeah, so I mean, like, I thought this team was going to be pretty solid when the season started, and then obviously Kickoff Classic doesn't go too well for them. But, you know, I'm sitting there watching them play. I'm seeing everybody start to hit their stride. And I look across the names in this team, like Hook, Slasher, Gunless, Asim. I'm like, wait a second, this team is going to be nasty. Why is anybody doubting them? Like, they're going to improve. They have such good players, and the way that this game plays, I mean, Gunless with the Automaton, he's going to be dirty flex player. Slasher, he looks comfortable on the map, and especially as the in-game leader, you could see the progression they made in Search and Destroy from yesterday to today. They lost both Search and Destroys, and they came out today, played the same map that they lost, and won 6-0. Like, the adjustments are there. That's very impressive to see, especially if you're an LAG fan.
Right, and aLLeY, we saw a video this morning about how SMG players are taking over and who to watch out for, right? But HyDra just seems to be on like another level right now.
It has. He started off a little bit slow in the series, I felt like, and then started picking it up when NYSL started winning in that control. But for me, New York, they just need to get more practice, and they need to get more on pace with each other. Like Chance said, they're keeping it incredibly close, even though they're getting outslayed. So maybe once they tweak a little bit, they'll be good to go. But LAG hasn't convinced me yet. Still. Right. They have not convinced me yet. I still think they're a middle of the pack team. They'll beat everybody below them, but I don't think they'll beat teams yet like Atlanta FaZe and Seattle Surge, but they can surprise. They can surprise like they did today.
They have the potential. Look at the names on that team. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. And I'm Nameless, man. I mean, feel free. Take it.
Yeah, one thing that we should note with New York Subliners is they haven't got the most practice. I talked to Clay a little bit. He had COVID after the last event, and he's been trying to recover. So they didn't get too much practice. So I think we give them a couple more weeks to see where they really end up, because the potential of this team is huge. But you could see right here, Asim, after having tough performances in their first couple of games, this guy turned up to a whole new level today. And then Gunless, he's been Mr. Consistent for this squad, keeping the engagements really high as well. If you go look at the stats with an AR, I mean, that's very impressive. So I'm excited for the future of LAG.
Right. Miles, Chance has been phenomenal. You guys have casted to him. Every series today has been phenomenal, by the way. It's been incredible. Both of you guys, it's been fun, but we actually have our Game Fuel post-match interview, and let's go ahead and throw them on the screen. You guys know it's going to be the one and only. Yo, it's C, man. It's good to see you again. My first ever Call of Duty event was actually with you when you were with FC Black, and it's good to see you ripping people apart still. What were you feeling when you were just going on your spree? You had like an 11th spree, and you looked unstoppable, dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just had a rhythm today. Like, I just came in today with kind of a mindset where, like, that loss yesterday was unacceptable. Out of me personally, I felt like a lot of the mistakes that we were making was on me. So coming into today, I showed up really early, made sure I was prepared fully, and I just came in and did what I had to do.
Love that out of you, team. And now you got to tell me, what is it like being on a roster of this caliber with Hook, the up-and-coming that everybody's been building these rosters around? You got a chip on Gunless and Slasher. I mean, what does that mean for you as a player?
Honestly, it's been a little bit of time just developing with this brand new roster, but yeah. I mean, I've been loving it. Like the type of insight Austin's been giving me is just amazing. The type of teammate Kyler is with the team culture we're building is just absolutely amazing. And me and Pierce are from the same hometown, you know, so the chemistry's already there with me and him.
Asim, I want to talk to you a little bit about Search and Destroy, because it seems like you made an adjustment where you're sort of playing alone by that beam bomb site on Berlin, and that's when you really started to fry. People come to you, you win those gunfights. Did that give you that confidence going forward to, like, yo, I'm still that guy, I can continue to go off?
Yeah, I will say that 6-0 on S&D definitely helped with the control, just that kind of confidence boost and that momentum. But yeah, going into today, I made sure that our S&D, like I was making sure I was getting the bomb downs, and I felt like yesterday I was getting picked a lot, so I was making sure that I wasn't throwing my life away today, and it really worked out.
Yeah.
You fried, man.
No, definitely. Hold our hands and walk us, you know, behind the scenes just for a second, and I want you to be honest with us. Now, you guys got a really big victory today, right? And these weren't just nobodies that you got it against. You personally, what do you feel like the Los Angeles Guerrillas really have to work on to really reach that next level? Because the chemistry, we see it slowly building, man, and it's becoming something beautiful.
I think the way we approach practice and our strategy is top tier. I mean, we're all veteran players, we're very experienced. So I think when it comes down to it, I just think our main objective right now as a team to win championships is just following the game plan, because we already have a plan like in place. So just making sure that we just follow it and making sure that, like, you know, we're just sticking to our game plan and not choking or giving away our S&Ds like we did yesterday, we should be fine.
All right, yeah, put on the 2 cam. Look at me straight in the face right now. How did it feel to go against your former team and pop off like that? You were filthy. It was kind of like you were saying, like, this is who you guys dropped, man. How did it honestly feel?
I mean, honestly, when it comes to like my past teams, you know, I do get that little extra fire.
Okay.
I mean, like you see it on the Twitter. Last year I played Røkkr when they dropped me, and I had one of the most highest hardpoint KDs ever playing them. So I just came in with that fire today. I was like, boys, we're not losing to my old team. They dropped me, like, let's go, you know. So it's all fun and games at the end of the day. I have love for them. You know, we just parted ways, but you know, next time don't drop me.
Facts.
All right, thank you so much for the interview, man. Continue with the success, and hope to see you in another interview soon with another big win, all right? You have a good night.
You too. Later, guys.
No problem. Today has just been disgusting with amazing matches all day long. We had round 11s, we had map 5s multiple times, but to kick things off today, aLLeY, it was Atlanta FaZe versus Paris Legion, and they set the tone. And
you know what? Paris really showed up today after having a hot loss, man, pushing Atlanta FaZe, the top team, to everybody, to the coaches, to the players. They are the team to beat. You know, everybody's looking to be the FaZe killers, and to see Paris and everybody's bottom 4 to push them to the limit, man, that was an absolute treat to watch. So many game 5s today, so many exciting plays, but Atlanta FaZe did end up closing it out. I mean, aBeZy with this ace, man, that really turned the tides.
Yeah, this is a great series. You know, obviously FaZe, they get tested a little bit. It's their first match where they get that W. But Search and Destroy looked great. Obviously, Tupac and the boys, they went back into research into the lab, fixed their Search and Destroy. It looks absolutely incredible. It gets to a game 5, they get the W there. And that was the one thing that set FaZe apart in the last few years, is they were an amazing respawn team, but when they were a bit wonky in hardpoint or control at times, they would dominate Search and Destroy. They could always fall back to, you know, good old faithful, and that's what happened today. They get pushed to that game 5, still can't beat them. Right. So good.
I don't think it's time to panic yet when it comes to the Atlanta FaZe, because last year they dominated it, right? But, you know, if games start to go on this way, we might start ramping up that discussion more. But I think Simp and the boys are going to be fine. They're going to be fine. But let's also talk about OpTic Texas versus the London Royal Ravens, nameless. This game was really not what we expected.
No, absolutely. I got to show some love to the London Royal Ravens here. Everybody was counting them out. They win yesterday, and they come in today. They play OpTic Texas, who is a fan favorite, and they come out and they win it. And Gizmo especially, this guy with that in that flex role has been absolutely just dominant, dude. This guy's picking up streaks. He's going off. He's making it easier on the rest of the guys. And then also Trey Zero as an in-game leader. You saw in the interview with Gizmo what he said. Trey is calming us down and teaching us how to beat some of these top teams. And it's working out wonderfully. And that game 5 Search and Destroy, for them to be able to clutch up in the very end to win that round, that's extremely impressive versus the likes of Scump, Shotzzy, world champions on the other end of that match.
Yeah, and it was a reverse sweep as well. Now, aLLeY, during that interview, Gizmo also, he put put out a hot take, maybe a cold take with the way that they're playing right now. He said the EU boys are here to stay. You guys got to put some respect on our names.
And he's not wrong. I mean, Toronto Ultra is also almost a full EU, is a full EU roster.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, London now taking down OpTic Texas, now moving up everybody's power rankings, they're easily looking about top 6 coming out of this weekend. And Zero said it, man. When he was coming in, playing, he had to sit out last year, but every time he's played on a team, by the end of the year, they were top 4. And London clearly already on that upward path towards that.
Right, and the funny thing is, we talked about it before the game, the Royal Ravens were 0-5 against the Empire and also 0-6 against Huntsman, and with a victory like that, that was definitely big. But also, let's talk about the game field marquee match of the day, nameless. Seattle Surge looking good against Toronto, man.
Dude, they set a goal and they just accomplished it. These guys made a roster, a brand new team. I mean, accuracy, name was getting dragged through the mud last year. He comes out and in game 5, it wasn't Sib, it wasn't Pred, it was accuracy who turned up for the win. The rest of these guys, they had a fantastic series, but for your leader and your captain to do what he does best and turn into the Iceman is huge for the future of this team. They're gelling in and out of game. You love what you're seeing from the Seattle Surge. They lost to Ultra, they come back, they get put in a tough spot as well. Like the play that Ultra made in that round 11 was beautiful, running right up the middle of the map. They dodged the glide bomb, then they get trapped, they get out of it. Like it was stellar plays. He defuses the bomb, gets the W.
Yes, now let's go ahead and take a look at the standings because the last 2 days have been just amazing. I'm loving what we're doing here in the CDL. And this is just day 2. We have one more day, but also London Royal Ravens 2-0 on top, along with Seattle Surge, also 2-0 undefeated. Other than that, going down the line, aLLeY, is this page the stand? what you would have guessed the other day?
Hey, yo, bro, we got Ultra 0-1, we got OpTic 0-1, we got Subliners 0-1. I mean, it's only opening weekend, but wow, this is not the lineup I expected heading into day 3.
Vanguard's lit, man. We have no idea who's going to win the first major. It could be anybody, but it's been incredible thus far. And I know every single year people say, like, oh, this is the most competitive year of Call of Duty. Well, feels like this is going to be topping all those.
Most definitely, and here goes the points. Royal Ravens racking up along with the Surge as well. But let's take a look at tomorrow's schedule. This is where all the action is going to take place, and the heat is going to go down. First matchup of the day, the Florida Mutineers are going to face off against Paris Legion. I want to see what they're going to bring along tomorrow. After that, I love this team. The LA Thieves taking on Atlanta FaZe. That's going to be a banger, but if you thought that match was going to be good, the game field marquee matchup of the day will end up with OpTic Texas going off against the Minnesota Røkkr. Can't wait to see Attach, man, but here on the desk, Nameless, aLLeY, I mean, you guys just pick it up.
It was a long day.
Any last words? It's been a
I'm about to go home and pass out and get ready for game 5 tomorrow. It's going to be a good one.
I need a beer and some pizza.
I'm about to hit the sheets.
I'm about to hit the sheets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, day 2 has been phenomenal. This has been everything that we just didn't expect when it came to Vanguard. The competition is high, the surprises are great, but most of all, the matchups are even better than ever. Map 5s to round 11s, these teams are fighting for victory and they're going all out. From vets to newcomers, you don't know what to expect. But here in the CDL, that's what we're all about. Exciting gameplay. I love you guys and I hope you have a great one. But don't forget, we'll see you all tomorrow. You have a good night.